Hi everyone, Medina here. Hope you're doing really well. There is an essential practice that I encourage every single person to do that's on the planet at this time. And if you haven't done it, I really recommend, in the strongest way, everyone to do this practice. So, the practice is a intention, a ritual, or a practice or a ceremony or a visualization to give forgiveness to all our ancestors on behalf of our ancestors, because when we're in the earthly dimension, we have the ability to uh, really integrate and process forgiveness on behalf of our ancestors. When they're on the other dimensional realms, when they've transitioned and they're crossed over, they can't receive and ask for forgiveness in the same way. So I remember there was amazing couple that lived in Daylesford, Victoria, called Sue and Don O'Connor. And they did some really powerful work on the planet. And they really worked with many Indigenous elders from different countries around the world. And they encouraged everyone to do this practice as well because they felt it was so important. Fascinatingly, too, one day in Daylesford, they were just driving along. This was a few years ago, and a kangaroo jumped out, which their car hit, and they both transitioned at the same time. It was fascinating, really, that they left so abruptly. Obviously, their work was done, but they left a wonderful legacy and memory for others. So this is something that is a really important thing to do. And there's different ways that you can do it. You can do a visualization where you see yourself standing in a huge football field and you call in all your ancestors from both your maternal lineage and your paternal lineage. So from your mother's line and your father's line, and calling in all the ancestors to come into the field and, setting up your sacred spiritual space, working with, the divine energies, if you choose the Christ consciousness, Yeshua energies, or, working with whatever you align with in terms of setting up that special space. And when that special consecrated space is set up, just asking on behalf of all your ancestors, both on your maternal lineage and your paternal lineage, for complete forgiveness on their behalf, as is in divine alignment. And you could probably also do one at a time. So you could do like the paternal line first and then integrate that, process that. If it's a big energy, you might want to wait before you do the maternal or the mother's line and then do the maternal line as well. And this is incredibly powerful, and it can really shift the energy not only for yourself, but for your children and for generations to come. And there is also another way, obviously many ways that you can do this, but another way that you can do this is working with calling these ancestors in and doing the Ho'oponopono prayer for them as well, which is the very beautiful words of, please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you. And you sort of chant these words with the intention of transmuting anything that is less than forgiveness And sometimes you can just feel the energy shifting as you're doing that as well. So that's another way that you can ask for forgiveness on behalf of your ancestors. And really, our goal at the minute on the planet is to truly do all the spring cleaning, the feng shui work, all the work that we need to do to tie up loose ends for ourselves and our families and our ancestral lines, so that we're leaving energetically this planet as clear and as clean as possible. So we're cleaning up any messes from the past, and we're asking to it's like cleaning out the rubbish or emptying the bin. When we do these things like asking for forgiveness on behalf of our ancestors, it's really very, very important if you haven't done it. If you don't feel confident in doing it yourself, please feel welcome to book in a session with me. I have half-hour sessions that you can book in with me. I'll leave the link below and we can do it together. Or you might have a group online that you want to join together, and we can do it together in a group with some of your friends or your family members. The more that we can do this practice, the more we can shift, the energy on the planet at the moment. And this is what we're all wanting to do, is to move forward in powerful ways and really work towards the evolution of humanity as quickly and powerfully as we can. So I hope that this is helpful and that you are inspired to do this process. You might want to, light a candle, turn your phone off, set up a very special space, meditate before. Also really good to make sure that your energy is grounded when you do that. So visualizing grounding roots into the earth and a grounding cord wrapping around the crystalline core of fifth dimensional earth. You want to be grounded when you do it. And just be aware of the energy too as you're doing it. Be tuned in if you can to how it feels and the energy that's shifting. There was a recent time when I did for my client this clearing, and when we did the maternal lineage, there was a huge event that happened in the space that I was in, where this huge wind ripped through outside just as they did the clearing. And it was so noticeable that it was even mentioned on Facebook by someone, and the person knew it was to do with their clearing on the maternal lineage. That's how powerful this can be. It can be incredibly powerful. So if you haven't done it, recommend that you do this. Please share this video with others so that they also know about the importance of this practice at this time. And also another great helpful tip is to be centered in divine unconditional love when you're doing this practice. So for example, going into your heart center and visualizing a flame of divine unconditional love and expanding that flame so it goes right around your body aura hologram, so that you're centered very deeply in this space of divine unconditional love. And from that point, setting up the practice, the intention for the forgiveness as well. When you do this, it does ripple out in the quantum and people feel it. So you might get a call from unexpected quarters where a family member picks it up that you've done this and they contact you out of the blue. These sorts of things happen because it's not unnoticed on the inner that these shifts are happening, subconsciously, unconsciously. Family members may be feeling the shift as you're doing this or just afterwards. So putting time and effort and energy into making sure that you have done this forgiveness practice for everyone in your family and all your ancestors, and then just even muscle testing as well at the end, and just asking, has this been completed, in the best way possible? And just muscle test, you can do your muscle testing like this and just say, get a yes or a no, and just sort of check in and see if you feel emotionally triggered by family members or ancestral information or knowledge, then often that means that there's still more work to do on the forgiveness practice, and getting to a place of neutrality is very achievable through working with forgiveness practices as well. So I hope that this is very helpful and that inspires you to do this work. Obviously, sitting in nature is a lovely way to do it as well. Sitting out with your feet on the earth or Mother Earth, and asking, Mother Earth also to help you with this practice is another thing that is very powerful as well. Thank you so much, everyone. If you would like to have a session with me to clear up any energies or anything that you're going through at the minute, please book in on the link below. I have half-hour sessions and 1-hour sessions. And also I have 6 weeks of mentoring. I have a few spots available for that at the moment if anyone would like to do 6 weeks of mentoring with me. Thank you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And I hope that you're able to share this video with someone that you think might benefit. Thank you so much. Much love. Bye.